Hello everyone, and welcome back to Not the Mindful Homestead. I have been absent from the channel lately, and for that I apologize. There's a little bit of a backstory here. About a year and a half ago, Jackie and I had our second daughter, Madison, who I don't think I've really shown once on the channel. And I announced at the time that I was going to be taking some time off from YouTube. I took about 2 months off there. And what I found was getting back into YouTube after that was pretty tricky. Anybody out there who's a parent knows that having one kid is one type of hectic in your life. Having 2 kids brings a little bit more of let's just say it gets a lot hectic. It's not linear. It's exponential in the level of craziness that goes on in your life, moving from 1 kid to 2. And I'm not complaining. I love my daughters. I wouldn't change any of that for the world. Let's go over here. I'll see if I can find a little bit of a shady spot to talk to you guys. I told myself after that 2-month period, I was going to jump back into YouTube and jump back into that 2 video a week routine that I had established before. And honestly, with the level of involvement I had with Jackie and Emma and our new daughter, Madison, that just didn't happen. Even though at the time I had actually stepped back to a part-time position at my work, which at the time I never really talked about. I always just said I worked at a local farm store. In reality, I was working at Tractor Supply. I had held a managerial position with them up until we had Madison. And then when I stepped back to working 3 days a week, I had gone to just a standard, I think they called it a team member position. I was just working the sales floor and helping people with questions they may have on their chickens or ducks or pigs or whatever animals they might have had. And even then, working 3 days a week, but having the farm and having 2 daughters and supporting Jackie through her job, her business that she owns, really getting back to a full-time videoing and uploading schedule to YouTube, it never really fit into the cards and was never something I really got super jazzed about after that. You can couple that with the fact that YouTube changed some of their algorithm stuff. Homesteading tended to be a little bit less popular on the platform. And I saw dollar values of what we were making in terms of our YouTube income. That started to trail off, and it was hard to get motivated to film videos. As any YouTube homesteader will tell you, any job you have to do on your farm or homestead, if you're videoing it, it's going to take you at least twice as long to do that job. And then you have to walk inside, dump that footage to a computer, and spend 4 to 5 hours editing that footage for a video that, for us, really only at the end of the day netted maybe $25 or $30 over its entire lifespan. For me, is taking all that time for that little bit of money worth not spending quality time with my family over? And as I get older and grow, the answer to that question became no. And I was much more into hanging out with Jackie in the evenings or playing with my daughters instead of filming a video. That's kind of where my head got to. And even though I had the farm thing going on at home and I was spending time with my family, at some point, spending just 3 days a week at Tractor Supply in the retail side of things, it started to wear on me and was something I didn't enjoy doing anymore. And it just so happened that around that time, maybe 2.5 months ago, I got a call from the CEO of Central New Hampshire Trailers and Equipment at the time, the company that we actually bought our TYM from about 1.5 years ago. They were going through a rebrand. They were going to be opening up a new dealership up the street from where they'd previously been. And that new company was going to be called SR1 Equipment, after Scott's Recreation, which was the original dealer location in Maine that they had kind of branched out from. He mentioned they were looking for a new sales guy to add to the 2 that they had already selected from the sales guys up the road. And they wanted that salesperson to be a user of equipment, to know what they were talking about, and not necessarily just be some used car salesman type off the street. Nothing against used car sales guys, but they were looking for a tractor owner. There was some back and forth about what the role would look like, what the duties would entail. And long story short, about 2.5 months ago now, I accepted a position with SR1 Equipment as both a salesperson and the new face of their YouTube channel. So I'll put a link to the SR1 Equipment YouTube channel up in the corner of this video so you can go check that out. What that meant for me was going from a 3-day-a-week part-time job plus the farm to now a 5-day-a-week full-time job here at SR1, selling tractors, selling equipment, the excavators that you see behind me, and still running the farm, managing the family obligations that I have, still trying to spend time with my wife and kids. Something had to go off the chopping block, and for the last 2 months, it was YouTube. I've got 3 videos that are already filmed that just need to be edited, and I haven't even had time to sit at the computer and look at them. Any free time that I have had has been dedicated to either farm chores, spending time with Jackie and the kids, or navigating, planning the Homesteaders of New England event, which is coming up now just a month from today, actually. There's a link down in the description. Make sure to go get your tickets there. I've got Jess from Roots and Refuge speaking. I've got Al from Lumna Acres, Morgan Gold, Tom Watkins. I'm going to be speaking there this year, finally, for the first time. It's going to be a great event, and I hope all of you from the New England area are able to attend. But that's really taken up a bunch of my time as well. So all of that brings me to the point of this video and kind of the future of this channel. What is the Mindful Homestead YouTube channel going to be going forward in the future? It's going to be very similar to what it was. If I have something to say, you guys will be the ones that I come to say it to. I'm very interested in again, growing and teaching people about the homesteading community and kind of furthering this movement that I've been so lucky to have been a part of since 2018 when we started the channel. It may not be as many kind of bloggy type videos as I've done in the past, where if I'm simply going out and setting fence for the pigs or chickens or something like that, where I take you along, because with time as important as it is to me right now, getting those projects done and honestly getting back in the house to be with my family, I value that. You know, the long late nights sitting in front of the computer editing video, the quick dinners so I can get upstairs and edit, or the hang on, daddy can't, you know, go out in the backyard and play with you. He's got to go spend an extra 2 hours on the pig fence because he has to record it. That's not something really that my heart feels anymore. You know, at the risk of being open about it. You'll see me, but it may be in more videos kind of similar to this, where it's more conversational, where I may be thinking about something and I want to word vomit at the camera for a little bit, and get kind of your feelings about it in the comments, and start that discussion and spark those thoughts in both your heads, and develop my own thoughts as well through those conversations. The other thing I want to do, and I haven't really done this previously in my YouTube career and journey, because honestly, I didn't want people finding me. You know, I didn't, a lot of people came into Tractor Supply and they recognized me and knew who I was from the YouTube channel, which is kind of cool. But I never really put it out there that I worked at Tractor Supply, because I didn't feel necessarily that it was something you all needed to know. No offense. But in this situation, we've owned our TYM tractor now for 1.5 years. I really enjoy it. I really like it. And I know it's a blossoming brand here in the United States that people want more information on. So I want to make myself available as a resource, where if you have questions about TYM tractors or XCMG equipment, which is also relatively new here to the States, I want to make myself available to you guys, and make myself available as a resource where if you're looking to get into a tractor for your small farmer homestead, maybe I can help you with that process. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave it on today's video. I apologize for just kind of being super aloof. I've been trying to stay on top of comments. I've been trying to respond where I can. But honestly, the pull to sit down in front of the computer and edit the 3 videos that I already have filmed and just sitting on an external hard drive, it just hasn't been there, especially with all the hustle and bustle of getting trained at a new job and you know, really kind of, Emma starts kindergarten like in 2 weeks, guys. And it's a trip. I mean, I think I remember introducing her to you guys right at the start of the channel. She was still new, and it's been wild. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Homesteaders of New England, September 14th and 15th. There is a link in the description. You can get your tickets for that if you're interested. SR1 Equipment in Loudon, New Hampshire. That's where you guys can find me if you're interested in a TYM tractor or a piece of XCMG equipment. And yeah, I do appreciate everyone who has stuck with the channel through this much longer than expected hiatus, and has actually been asking me where I've been and sending emails and Facebook messages, you know, all of that stuff. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I appreciate every single last one of you. So that's where I'll drop it today, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great day.